Hello, my loves. Oh my god, it's so good of you to join me today for chapter 3 of Robert Cohen's wonderful book, Acting in Shakespeare. To begin at the very ending, Robert Cohen summarizes the chapters with characters speak, even when spontaneously, to achieve calculated effects, which may be to terrify, to impress, to inspire, to induce. These are specific, intended, goal oriented tactics, both verbal and physical. He goes on. Last video, we had a little bit of a conversation regarding contrivance and how Robert Cohen's method doesn't necessarily mesh with the heart and soul acting technique that's taught in the modern era. And the conversation that we had was that drama is inherently contrived. To put it more on a fine point, how you kind of justify this work is that it is not you, the actor, who is contriving the text. Robert Cohen suggests that it is your character who contrives the text to achieve a calculated and specific response through speech act. Wonderful. Let's see. The example that I picked out of this chapter, and that's another one of the wonderful things about this book. He does just as many exercises and examples as Barry's does. Some of them build on each other, some of them are standalone. This is one of the standalone ones. It is to read the whole lead in. Oh, Charmaine, where thinkest thou he is now? Stands he, or sits he, or does he walk, or is he on his horse? Oh, happy horse to bear the weight of Antony. Okay, so the line section that we're going to look at specifically is, oh, happy horse, comma, to bear the weight of Antony, exclamation point. The first question that we ask ourselves, just like from the last segment, is what am I saying? So here, what we're saying is Cleopatra is envious of the horse that it gets to bear the weight of Antony, to have Antony sit upon her. This is very clearly an innuendo. Cleopatra is very clearly very thirsty for Antony, and by all accounts, Antony is someone to be thirsty over. That is kind of the semantic reading of the line. What is Cleopatra trying to achieve in this text? A valid interpretation is that she is trying to inspire envy in her waiting woman, to kind of brag, to show off. So, how can we achieve that calculated effect to make my serving woman jealous with this line from a quote-unquote contrived perspective? Let's look at the line. Oh, the letter O. Always a wonderful opportunity to really let loose with any sort of emotion, but O and sensuality happen to go together strikingly well. Happy horse. So you notice we have a little bit of an alliteration there. Again, very breathy vowels. Happy horse. It's not like an E or an oo. It's has this very breathy quality followed by that O, which also can have a very breathy quality to it. To bear the weight of Antony. So Robert makes some conclusions here that I'm not necessarily 100% on board with. So he makes a very good point that human sexuality in Shakespeare is often conflated with animal acts. Yes, true. But what he implies is that we have more than one animal in this sentence. We have the horse, of course, but we also have a bear. To bear the weight of Antony, to play the double meaning of that word, the pun of that word. Whether I buy that or not, who knows? But we're going to play with it for this example. The last thing that he wants us to look at is how many feet the line has. Oh, happy horse. Oh, happy horse to bear the weight of Antony. It's a 12-syllable line, And Robert suggests something that I haven't heard anybody else ever suggest, so we're gonna focus in on this. So this is a 6-foot line, 12 syllables. Shakespeare's line is weightier at the end. The 2 extra syllables prolong the expected 5-foot line. They slow it down, making it languid rather than heroic or military. Very, very interesting. Do I buy it? Yeah, why not? Give it a try. Tuck that in your hat. So let's work on the line as Robert has taught us to work with by playing it. So we're going to focus on being sensual. We're going to focus on making our serving woman deeply jealous of us. And we're going to play up the double meaning of our words. Okay? Oh, happy horse to bear the weight of Antony. Right? A little bit slow. I don't think I managed to capture the double meaning of the bear. Let's try it again. Oh, happy horse to bear the weight of Antony. We got a little bit closer with the double meaning. I don't know if I'm going to achieve it fully. Let's try to go all out for that double meaning. Oh, happy horse to bear the weight of Antony. So what did I do to try to achieve the bear effect? I kind of growled. I'm going to do oh, happy horse as though I'm climaxing. Oh, happy horse to bear the weight of Antony. Right, and that take really split apart the different words. Let's put it in the full context of the line. Let's just play in that way. Oh, Charmaine, where dost thou think he is now? Stands he or sits he? Or does he walk? Or is he on his horse? Oh, happy horse to bear the weight of Antony. Right? Let's try and make her more jealous. Oh, Charmaine, where dost thou think he is now? Stands he or sits he? Or does he walk? Or is he on his horse? Oh, happy horse to bear the weight of Antony. Right? And so we toned down some of the more explicitly sexual components of oh, happy horse, and instead leaned into not only bragging about it, but being deeply jealous of that horse as well. The takeaway. There's nothing necessarily wrong with contriving Shakespeare's text as an actor, and you can blanket that in contriving your character, contriving the text, right? We frequently talk about the poeticism and the flowery nature of Shakespeare's language, and that nobody talks like this. That's one of the frequent complaints that you hear from people. It's nobody talks like that. Well, you don't. I don't. We don't. But in Shakespeare's world, contrivance is wit. And wit is the sexiest thing that you can possibly be. It is a desired quality to speak eloquently and beautifully. And that is a style practice that you have to understand about Shakespeare. Style practice that's unique to Shakespeare. Shakespeare's characters speak very well. Okay, everybody. That's the lesson number 3 from Robert Cohen's Acting in Shakespeare. I love you all so very much. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.